All praises unto Yahweh, Barasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sincere brethren. How are they pushing this word week in and week out? This episode is on reincarnation. When you deal with reincarnation, the etymology of the word is basically means back into the flesh. Now what's going back into the flesh? The spirit. Because your body is a house for your spirit. Body goes back to the Latin word bodig, which also is the root word for abode. And what abodes within your body? Your spirit. That's given from the Most High Power. And we're going to get into it. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. What's the dust that's returning to the earth? It's talking about your body. Because every man should be buried. You shouldn't be cremated. A man should be buried into the earth. And in doing so, that's when your body decomposes and turns into dust. And basically reformulates with the earth. Okay, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it. That's right, the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. Because the spirit is pure energy. Energy don't ever dissipate or lose its strength. It basically is always being used. So the spirit is the same thing. So that's why when a man or woman dies, they lose their heat. Because the spirit is pure energy. That's the heat that's being lost from the person. So that's it going back onto the Most High that gave it. Okay. Hebrews 9:27. As it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment. Okay, so every man is appointed to die once. You die, and then you are appointed to the judgment. You appear before the Most High Power. He judges you, and then you serve at your judgment, not in heaven and hell, heaven or hell. The spiritual realm is a place where everybody dwells. The book of Job tells you that that's where a man shall do. After you die, you're gonna dwell in the spiritual realm, and then you come back on earth where you serve at your judgment. 2 Ezra 14:35. For after death shall the judgment come. See, so after death the judgment come, when we shall live again. So straight up plainly says that we shall live again. How are you living again? Because the spirit goes back into a new body around the time of your mother's pregnancy. The spirit, during the course of that time, the spirit goes back into the baby, the body, and then comes out and you live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest. How's the names of the righteous going to be manifest? By the judgment received. Because if you're judged righteously, when you come back on the earth, you won't have no form of plague or unrighteous deed done upon you. Because it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes that Solomon saw under the sun the place of judgment. And the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Yet the works of the ungodly shall be declared among the people. That's why when people come and have all forms of disabilities, that's the works of the ungodly being declared. So when you're reincarnated back into the flesh, you come back to the third and fourth generation. As when you read Exodus 20th and 5th verse, it tells you that you come back to the third or fourth generation, basically saying that you shouldn't. It's part of the 10 Commandments saying that you shouldn't serve no other gods, because the Most High will visit your children onto the third and fourth generation, because that's due to reincarnation. Yeah. It plainly tells you in the book of Ezekiel that in Ezekiel 18:20 that the righteousness of the father shall be upon the father, and the wickedness of the father shall be upon the father, and the son shall take no part of it, due to the fact that that father is to obtain the judgment that he done throughout his life. So that's how you understand that that's reincarnation, because man is reincarnated to the third and fourth generation. And it said straightly in Ezekiel that the son shall not bear the iniquity of the father. So that's how you understand you're being reincarnated. And this is why this is written also in the scriptures. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Because why? They are their forefathers in reincarnation. And in scripture, this is scripture we bring out on the white man, the so-called white man, who's known as Esau in the Bible. Okay? That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with their cities. Okay, so that shows you right there that judgment is served upon the reincarnation to the third or fourth generations of those that are wicked. And also you have a righteous judgment which is played out as well upon the righteous. So now our people understood this science. They understood this in the past time. John 9:1. And Yahushua passed by and saw a man which was blind from his birth. And the disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? So they understood the concept of reincarnation. That if you sin, if you do bad, then you will have judgment upon the earth in your next life. Okay, so that shows you that really, when you understand the scriptures, that shows you why there's no prosperity in doing wickedness. Living a righteous life, a virtuous life within the law, statute, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is what it should be esteemed by a man of the Lord. Okay, but in this instance, this wasn't the case. Verse 3, Yahushua answered, Neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him. So he was actually put on this earth with this form of disability, just that Yahushua could show the strength of the Most High power through him in healing him. Now another thing that needs to be understood is when you come back upon the earth, you also come back upon in your lot. Because when you were created in the spiritual realm, in creation you were created for a purpose. Because everyone follows the scriptures. And what is the scriptures? Scriptures are sort for a script. Well, scriptures is a script that every man must follow by the Spirit. So every man, when you have a script, everyone's cast for a role. And it's the same thing. That's why when you deal with the Greek word God, is theos, which is also the root word for theatre. So everything we're playing out upon the earth is our role that the Most High has appointed us to play. So every time we come upon the earth, we're always gonna serve the purpose that we're gonna serve in every appointed time that we come upon the earth in our generation. That's why you have cycles of generations, where basically the same thing is they say nothing in history is ever new, but history always repeats itself. And that comes straight out of the scriptures, the book of Ecclesiastes. It tells you that there's no new thing under the sun. Okay? So to start off, I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 14:32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So the prophets are appointed to come in a lot as a prophet all the time. Like Jeremiah, for example. The Most High said, like, he knew Jeremiah before he came forth out of the womb. And he was sanctified and ordained to be a prophet unto the nations. That was Jeremiah's role. He was always meant to be a prophet. And that's what he's always going to do upon the earth. He's always going to be a prophet. And that falls in the same limelight for anyone that's going to be a false prophet, anyone that's going to be an entertainer, that's going to be a wicked king, a righteous king. Anything you're cast to be in this great role we call life, that's what you're going to play. You have who has resisted his will? No one. The Lord has ordained you, man, to do that. Okay? So I'm going to read this now. Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, there's no new thing under the sun. Everything's repeat itself. Like people say the gun is new form of technology. No, it ain't. The gun is a manipulation of a bow and arrow. Just like a crossbow is the same thing. Like also when you deal with a calculator is a manipulation of an abacus, which is just, they basically just manipulate these forms of technology, but the basis of it is still the same thing. It's nothing new. Okay, the thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is what shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. Key example, Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau. You look at those two stories, they correlate one and the same. They're the same thing happening over and over again, but they just had a slightly different outcome for the sake of prophecies that had to be played out in a later course. But it really established, in doing so, the stories still show you the same spirit. Cain succeeded in slewing his brother Abel, but Esau didn't succeed in slewing his brother Jacob. But it was the same spirit doing the same thing, because that's what's in the spirit, that's set up in the blueprint. Okay? Verse 10, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, it have been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Okay, so it says there's no remembrance of former things. So the Lord appoints your judgment, and you ain't going to remember your past lives or nothing like that, because those past lives would basically corrupt your life upon the earth. The new life that's given to you, so-called new life that's given to you upon the earth, you'd have fucked up memories of all the bullshit that happened in your past life. Now, a key example of not remembering the former things and of reincarnation, of everything that's being spoke of coming back in the same lot, being reincarnated, is Elijah, who came back as John the Baptist. Now, there's many prophecies that was written inside of the Bible of dealing with John the Baptist when he came during the time of Yahushua, and also even dealing with this time he came again as Abba Bivens. But I'm going to start with a key one. Malachi 4 and 5, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So he was set up as a forerunner to turn the hearts of the children onto their father, the fathers, which is actually going to say, and he shall turn to the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers. These are come and smite the earth with a curse. And what's the curse that the earth shall be smote with? It's talking about World War III, the nuclear missiles, them ICBMs. It tells you in the book of Isaiah 40, in the book of Isaiah, it tells you that the Lord has made the smith that bloweth the coals to create the waster to destroy man. And that's talking about the ICBMs, which is going to destroy America when World War III goes down. Russia being a key enemy against America, because it tells you when Satan is divided against Satan, how shall he stand? And they're basically both Satan, because they're both Edomites, but they're at war with each other, because there's no peace for the wicked. So you can see that these things are happening through prophecies daily. All the deals that have been agreed upon, dealing with the EU and NATO and various nuclear deals that they do, we can see and understand that these things are coming to pass. So basically, Russia, the curse will happen when Russia, World War III comes to its culmination. The RFID chip is implemented. You have sedition in the streets, sedition among men, warring, diverse forms of world disasters, and then ultimately you're going to have World War III, where the ICBMs are going to fly from Russia with love into the atmosphere of America and turn it into the lake of fire spoke of in the book of Revelations. Okay? So that said, clearly, dealing with Malachi, it said Elijah will be sent forth again before the grain tear to that plainly says Elijah's going to be sent again. So now, who was Elijah that was sent again? Yahushua will answer that question. Matthew 11 and 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. Okay, that's talking about the fucking white man, this devil. The kingdom of heaven is us. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and all of Israel's seed scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We're the ones that suffer violence at the hand of the white man. For the prophets and the Lord prophesied until John. And if you will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. The Lord said his word doesn't come out void. So part of his word not coming out void is the fact that he sent Elijah in the last days. Elijah being John the Baptist at that time. And in his present time he sent him again as Abba Bivens. Okay? Even when you deal with the word, the name Abba Bivens, we'll focus on Bivens. Bivens goes back to the Welsh, which means son of Evans. And when you look up the word Evans, it's a form, I believe it's either Irish, Scottish, or Welsh or English form of John. The easy way to understand it is Ivan is also a form of John, which is the Russian form of John. Yachanan, the Hebrew Yachanan, which is John. So it shows you that he even had John within his name. Showing you that he is the same man. Okay? So, John the Baptist was Elijah. And he didn't have no remembrance of it at all. John 1:21. They asked him, what then, art thou Elias? And he said, I am not. Art thou that prophet? And he answered, no. He went off in saying that, but he didn't know, because the Lord didn't give him that remembrance, due to what he said earlier in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. So with that, I hope you're edified and understand more about reincarnation. Like I say, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Via him, this wouldn't be possible. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Because the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, set them up to teach me, to teach this edification unto whoever may receive it. And shalom to you sincere brethren.